Alright, in the beginning of the game, we always want to go mid and help the Ceci clear the wave. I see that Edith is going on him here, so I'm just going to stand on top of her with my first skill, try to delay as much as I can, and here we almost get first blood on Edith. On the outside, this might look like a feeding play, but it actually turns out to be pretty good for my team. So I just get into this blue buff, I activate first and heal up as much as I can. I end up dying and it looks like a complete feed, but if you wait and see, we actually get a winning trade and get the blue buff. This is what you don't want to happen. I activate my stun here and Ceci pulls me before I throw it. This is a perfect example of a failed combo. In the early game, Carmilla is doing most of the damage, so a failed combo like this is just honestly game ruining. The first pull of the game is usually the most important. Now, I know my jungler is bot right now feeding, but that's not my problem. I need to go top. I need to stay around the turtle area right now. Their jungler's top, so I'm going to go stop him. Arlet's getting pretty low here, so I go on him. We don't have pull, so I'm going to end up dying here. But we do still get a winning trade, so I don't really care about my death. Here, as soon as I come back, I'm going to do some scouting, try to figure out where their jungler is. I see he's on red. I walk back a little bit. I see we have pull up, so I'm going to run in, do as much damage as I can. Ceci's going to pull me, and I'm going to make sure this guy dies. Easy kill on the jungler. I see Arlet, so I just walk away. Now I'm going to go to the turtle to heal up here and to zone this Edith. Just use my first skill. He can't heal me. I have my ult now, so Arlet's going to come in. I'm going to get a quick double ult, and we're just going to pick up 2 quick kills here. Gord is going to try to get me, but he can't. And I'm low, so I'm just going to heal off the turtle. We don't have to go back. Now this next kill is going to be the most important kill of the game. You see I have pull up, so I'm not scared. I'm just going. I want to die. They use their skills on me, and I'm just waiting in the pull here. I'm not done yet. I'm waiting to see if they come back out. Gord comes out, and I know I can solo kill him, so I just go on him. Ceci picks it up, and I don't care about my death here. I'm just happy that we got the kill. This happens all the time. You're going to see it multiple times throughout this recording. Ceci's coming back to lane here, so I'm going to throw a stun on the Gord in hopes that he can land a second. It doesn't end up getting it, but he ends up getting the kill anyway, because the dude's a monster. I'm really low, so I'm just going to go to the blue buff and heal up. My intention is not to take the blue so much unless I have a teammate here, but I'm just trying to get my HP back. So I started at 10%, I'm now going to be at 100. Granger's going to come and he's going to retry the buff, but that's not really that important to me. Now they're going to commit on me a little bit. I throw a stun on Granger and then I ult. Now Edith is here, he ults, I get a pull off, a reset, and now we get the Edith and I survive with 1 HP because I sprint away. And then what do you know, instead of going back, I just go to the other blue buff and I use my first skill and get all my HP back. There's no need to go back, you just buy a little bit of mana regen and you just go heal off jungle. I let the Martis come so he could take it, look at that, such a good roam. Now we just took the blue buff and I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to go on this Gord. I see the second comes out, so I stun and immediately ult and he dies without being able to click any buttons. Now Harith is trying to go in, my Ceci greeds out for the Edith here. I'm not trying to get in there, and then the Harith ends up killing my Ceci. I can't do much about this, but I just live with 1 HP again. And what do you know, I go heal off a jungle creep. No need to recall. So here my Ceci's on his way back to mid, and I'm just standing in Edith's face in mid lane, trying to bait the enemy, playing mind games with the enemy. They start engaging on me, and I'm just walking around dodging spells. I throw my stun on Edith. I know we have pull available, so I'm just standing on top of Edith, getting some damage out. I'm waiting for the pull, waiting for another good engagement. I'm not overcommitting, I'm just standing next to my Ceci. I see Arlet tries to go on him, so I throw my stun and my ult. He can't even move. So watch carefully what happens here. I get the pull and I go straight onto the Gord using sprint. Using everything I got to kill the Gord. I don't care if I die right now. I end up taking an extra tower shot without needing to, but I could have lived that situation. Now another important subject is that when you're sieging their base like this, you never want to walk in when the enemy is alive. You don't want to walk in and hit the base because this is how you die. This is how you get caught, just like Martis. I'm just standing next to my Ceci, throwing stuns, throwing ults. I'm never getting into melee range of the enemy, especially when I don't have pull available. So in a minute here, pull is going to be available and I may do something. No, we're just going to go heal. Get the blue buff. Now pull is available again, so there's no need to go for Lord. Me and Ceci can just stand in their face and get kills. We get the Edith. I throw my stun. I get pulled. I'm going to jump in and immediately ult here from a better position. Even though it just hits Gord, we're going to get that kill. And now all of a sudden we did a 1 for 3. The Hilda didn't even need to be there. We could have just done a straight up 2v5. And I'll just let the rest of this game play out and we'll go to the next game. So next game, same thing. I'm going to start in the mid, scout a little bit, see where the enemy is starting. Maybe try for a potential gank. I see it's not going to work, so I don't even try. And I'm going to go straight into the blue buff. Same thing again. Now the reason this time failed completely is because when I jumped out of Ceci's ability, I didn't hit the Edith with the damage. And then I eventually got sniped by the Veil. So here I get pulled and I missed the damage from this. If I would have hit that, Edith most likely would have died. I would have been able to get level 2 and heal off the blue buff more, stun the Cyclops, and this would have been good. But sometimes it happens like this. It doesn't mean it was a bad play. It just means the execution failed. So here what happens, we just got the red and we're camping the bush. Edith walks in, poor Edith, we get a free kill, me and the jungler. I see Ceci walks into their jungle and I see Cyclops and Veil near my Ceci. So what I do, I immediately turn around, click sprint, and I go to help them. They get the kill on Cyclops and I just use my stun and ult on the Veil, securing that kill. He pulls me and instead of just going back to the lane, I go to the blue buff. I go to heal and I start the objective. Edith starts hitting me, but I don't care. I have too many things to heal off here. He can't kill me. I know we don't have pull-up, so I'm just going to back up here. We cannot win this fight, so I'm not going to risk dying. But they're chasing us, so we're just playing around. We're kind of buying time. I have my stun. I'm going to go back in the bush and just give some vision, and we're chill. That was a successful trade. Now I'm going to start scouting here and try to steal this jungle camp from the Cyclops, and I feel like it's been quite a while since the last pull, about 30 seconds. So I kind of have a feeling that pull is going to come back up here. It does, and we end up getting a double kill here. Notice how whenever there's a blue buff, I'm always there with my first skill healing. The Cyclops comes in and thinks he gets a free kill, but I'm healing too much. Then Ceci gets another free kill and a blue buff. Now we're just dominating. And here, even though I don't have much to help this Ceci with, as Leslie kind of gave up already, I'm just standing next to Ceci, making sure that he's getting my encourage buff, making sure if the enemy goes on him, I'm going to immediately stun. Veil gets too close, so I'm going to cast on him. We don't get the kill. I was waiting for a pull there, so we have the red line. I wanted him to pull me so I can just solo kill that Veil there. Anyway, that game went by pretty quick, and the enemy knew they were outmatched. So let's just go on to the next game. So I'm always going to do the same thing, just scout the blue buff a little bit, see where the enemy's at. I saw the roamer and jungler, and now I'm just going to go help Ceci in his lane. I'm going to wait to see if the enemy marksman gets out of position. We have Ceci gold this time. And as soon as the marksman gets a little bit too close, I know I can go. I go on him. We have pull available, and he just flickers out. Now Beatrix has no flicker, and we could easily dive or win fights. Here I have the benefit that the Beatrix doesn't really know how Ceci Carm works. The enemies start ganking us and we're running away. They think I'm scared, but I'm actually not. I just go on the Beatrix. She has no flicker here, and I'm just going to kill him. They didn't know that I could just jump on him like that. A lot of players don't really understand the Ceci Carm combo, and he just fell for it. This is a pretty important moment right here. I'm hitting the high-lows and I'm getting my stun ready, and it looks like he's going to die, but as soon as Fanny goes in, my priorities change. I need to stun this Fanny. We end up getting the kill just because I swapped targets and I didn't waste my stun on the tank. Fanny is always going to be my #1 priority in this game, as you'll see. and Beatrix decided to walk out, so we get an easy kill on her. Here I'm waiting, camping to see when Beatrix crosses. I ping attack because I saw her. I immediately go because I know we have pull up. I open with my ult, try to do as much damage as I can. Stun, the pull comes out. I get in there, do as much damage. I miss the pull damage, and then we end up getting ganked. Thankfully, Ceci actually picks up the kill anyway, so it wasn't a completely bad trade, but optimally, we would just get the kill without dying. And we're just going to keep camping this Beatrix, just because she's losing so hard, and we can. Now the Roger picks up the kill, and they're focusing me here. It looks like I'm about to die, but Ceci narrowly picks me up, and then Roger just dashes out, and all of us live, which is pretty crazy. Now, you may notice that I recall here, even though I said you never have to recall. Well, if you look at the map, there's not really much for me to heal off of, except that golem that was right above me. And Roger was going to clear that anyway, so even if I did that, I would still be around 50% HP, and that's not good enough. So I just decided to recall and walk back to the lane. Now what happens here is that I'm going to go chase this Beatrix and finish her off with my stun, just to be sure that she dies, even though she probably would have. And then Fanny starts going on my Ceci. Right now he's not going to die, he's fine. But she's going to come back in a second here, and we don't have enough resources to kill her or to survive her attack. So Ceci is going to end up going down here, because this Fanny is too crackhead. Look at all these cables in a second here. I throw my stun, my ult, but it's not enough. We can't survive this. Not yet. Now I'm always going to take the same position here and always do the same play over and over again. If it's winning, don't change it. We're just going to kill the Beatrix. If I need a pull, I'll get a pull. If not, we won't. We just get a free kill here. Now the enemy's coming. So pretty important, we just killed the marksman. There's no wave down here, so I'm just going to go do a scouting mission. I go see that Fanny's on her blue. I see Roger's behind me, so I open with ult to get him stuck in place, and then I throw my stun, and then Roger just finishes him off. But see how I open with ult. Opening with ult is a very strong move. And his team is not even there in time to help. They did not expect me to just invade the blue like that. I immediately go on the Xavier, poke him down, and then Roger finishes him off. And we get, right, all of a sudden we just got 4 kills right there in the span of 60 seconds. Also, Roger is low, so I know Fanny's spawning. I decide to stay around him and make sure that Fanny doesn't get a quick kill on him or a shutdown. She gets scared by my presence. Here I'm zoning out a bush for Turtle, and Hilo sends up face checking it. I ping gather. My team sees it. I ult the Xavier and the Hylos together, and we pick up a free kill on their roam here. I see that Suyu is in the back, so I'm ready to back up my teammates at any moment. He uses his dash, I stun him. Nana gets his abilities off, and all of a sudden we just got 2 more kills. Their EXP laner's shut down now. Fanny is going to go again for the low HP teammate. I throw my stun as fast as I could. Ceci gets the second skill off, and we end up killing him. So you'll notice a pattern here is that I'm always trying to help the low HP teammates, because I know the enemies are going to go for him, so I always try to abuse that. Ceci ends up getting the kill on Xavier here as he comes out. Now you're about to see a kind of a weird ult here in a second. Even though I get a triple connect, nobody really ends up dying except the Hylos. I try to chase the Fanny, it doesn't work. I'm almost dead here, so I sprinted away so I would survive. And yeah, sprint saved me again. See, I ping it. In this next play, the fight kind of gets split up in 2. I'm trying to help my Nana, but I can't save her from the Fanny. I see Hylos is going on Ceci, so I'm going to just throw my stun and delay him as much as I can, give my Ceci space. Fanny comes in, but they're just getting annihilated. Again, my Ceci's standing in their face, so I'm going to throw my stun and ult, but we don't really get much kills here. Anyway, my one intention right now is just to stand next to the Ceci and allow him to stack off the enemy and make sure that they can't kill him. And maybe if he gets a good second skill, I could ult off of it, which we might see soon. So here, Hylos gets a bit out of position. Ceci starts casting on him. Gets a second skill. I'm gonna get my stun off. I'm assuming that he's gonna die. And they start going on me. He's gonna pull me. I'm gonna wait a little bit, then I'm gonna jump out and immediately ult. And here we go. We got a Xavier and a Suyu kill. I run onto Beatrix. I'm getting low. I back up a little bit. And then we get 4 kills off that play. Actually 5. We just team wiped them. And here the same thing as last game. I'm always never going to stand up in their melee. I'm going to just stand far away casting stun, casting my ult. Ceci has long range skill, so look, he's going to stand in their face. He killed the Xavier again. I'm going to stun the Suyu. Going to get that kill, triple kill now. I ult nothing, but it is what it is. I'm going to throw my stun on Fanny maybe. There it is. I throw my stun on Fanny, but she's too fast. So he resets my stun here, which is good. I'm going to throw out another one. But this Fanny is just too fast. She's all over the place. It's kind of hard to close out a game versus Fanny that plays like this. The Ceci ends up going AFK for a second there, and we both get punished for this. So we both go down now. And this game is going to go on for a couple more minutes. You're going to see the enemy makes the mistake of coming out of their base, which gives us all the space in the world to chase them down. We have pull available here. The Beatrix ult comes out, so I'm going to go on Beatrix because she's out of position. And I could literally 1v1 her right now. Again, same thing. I'm just going to stand next to my Ceci, give him encourage, give him my stuns, make sure the enemy doesn't go on him. Even though we're not getting kills, he's still stacking, he's still poking. I don't have anything else to do right now except stand next to him. So right here, really important, check this out. He's going to get a second skill on Beatrix. And I threw my ult just a second too late. If I would have thrown my second skill, if I would have thrown my ult as soon as he threw his second skill, the Beatrix would have gotten caught right there. So a good example of this is when the Ceci's standing in their face and you see a second skill that you think is going to hit a lot of enemies, you could throw your ult before they even get pulled in by the second skill and get a big ult that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Ceci Carm combos with some voiceover commentary. I know that we covered a lot, but there's also a lot of stuff that we haven't even covered. If you have any questions about how to use the combo or what you should do in certain plays or replay analysis, feel free to reach out to me directly. Thanks for watching.